Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast for September of 2024. The moon is waning, getting smaller and darker, and on September 2nd at 6:56 p.m. Pacific time, the moon will conjoin the sun and then begin to wax again. Maybe you've been feeling sluggish, tired, exhausted, even doubting your direction or gearing up for a new chapter, something absolutely different now. Since this last lunar cycle began with the last new moon, we've been under the influence of Mercury retrograde, plus the added influence of Saturn retrograde has created pretty swampy, kind of heavy energy for a lot of people. Mercury did turn direct on August 28th, but the first few days of Mercury's direct motion, he's really not moving very fast yet. There's a slow kind of turnaround that happens, a stationing, they call it. Also, Mercury is hovering right on the edge, right at the end, I should say, of Cancer. The Cancer is like the ocean, and the bottom of the ocean is the last degrees of Cancer. So what's on the bottom of the ocean is deep and dark. So there's a lack of clarity in this area. In Vedic astrology, we call it the Gandanta, the last degrees of a water sign before it begins again in a fire sign. So Mercury will cross over this space from Cancer to Leo just a couple days after the new moon on the 4th of September. And at this time also, we have an alignment of Ketu, the shadow, with Venus, the goddess of love. So there is something around the first days of this lunar cycle that seems to be maybe a plot twist or a breakthrough point, or something is changing, particularly in the realms of relationships or self-worth, or it could be around money. Venus symbolizes these things, but also this new moon is igniting a lunar cycle in the nakshatra of Purva Phalguni. Purva Phalguni is a nakshatra that's ruled by Venus and carries with it the themes of fertility, creativity, love, intimacy, connectivity. It's symbolized by a wedding bed or a bowl of fruit, something quite fertile and lush about this star. So there could be themes around trust in relationships, intimacy, authentic relationships or not, the lack thereof as well. One of the most important influences on this new moon, and actually it's been going on since the end of June, is Saturn retrograde. Now Saturn is retrograde for over 4 months a year, but now he's reaching his peak of luminosity. That means he is opposing the sun and the moon on this new moon, creating a direct aspect onto the moon. And also, because of this, the luminosity is greatest for Saturn. So he's sort of at the zenith. At midnight, you can look straight up in the sky and you'll see him. Saturn is the lord of karma. He is the lord of important responsibilities that we need to take care of in this lifetime. The lord of limitations. He brings in important decisions that have to be made and commitments, and also work that needs to be done, lessons that need to be learned. There's a lot of spiritual wisdom to receive in this time. A lot of inner growth can happen. Also because we're heading into eclipse season as well, coming up, and Navaratri around the corner as well. The 4th day of the waxing moon of this month, on the 6th, is celebrated in many areas of India as the birthday of Ganesha, or just the day of Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is the elephant-headed god that removes obstacles. He is a very powerful energy to tap into right now. He can break through a lot of the limitations and struggles that you may be feeling. He is a powerful agent of change. He can dissolve the heavy weight of doubt or lack of vision and create all new templates of possibility. So connecting into the power of Lord Ganesha. maybe saying his mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, or getting an image of him or a murti, a little statue, to place on your altar, especially in the days after the new moon leading up to the 4th day of the waxing moon. One thing to be careful of, though, it is considered to be unlucky to look at this particular phase of the moon, the Chaturthi, in this month. It's just a tradition, so avoid looking into the sky on September 6th. I also want to mention that I'll be speaking at the Parasura Vedic Astrology Conference in November 21st through November 25th. There is still time to get a discounted rate if you want to join. It's a virtual conference. I will leave a link below. I'm very honored to be able to speak with so many very talented and great teachers and Vedic astrologers at this conference. Also, I will be opening the Navaratri Cauldron again for a limited number of people who would like to join me on the journey through the 9 nights of the goddess, this Navaratri coming up in October. We're just after Ganesha Chaturthi. I'll be sending out a mailing, so keep your eye out for that, and let's just see what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon in Purva Phalguni. Okay, so the first card that came through is the Two of Cups. Relationship, the mirror of relationship, love, connection, the flow of connectivity that binds us. Coming back to what your true desires are and where they haven't been heard, or where you may have forgotten or disconnected from it somehow. And the sun, bringing light into the darkness. I think there's an auspiciousness about this month with Mercury moving forward, and here we have this Knight of Swords as well, like Mercury moving forward finally. So despite the heaviness of this Saturn retrograde that you may or may not have been feeling in the last month, there is a wisdom and insight here, and an ability to move forward. At least Mercury is stepping into a new chapter here, and the moon is going to be getting brighter. We're heading into eclipse season. Definitely there's a new freedom that's possible around the corner. Maybe it's reuniting, or maybe it's meeting for the first time. Maybe it's just coming back to your source of nourishment. True friendship feeds the soul and allows us to connect in to what is eternal. The friend within and the mirror of friendship without. Love, the sacred coming together of Shiva and Shakti, whether it's within or without. Open to a new way to receive your reflection. Open to a new light. Breaking out of the swamp and coming into the flowing river, into the realm of the miraculous. Thank you for coming to the new moon forecast for this September. I do offer Vedic astrology and tarot readings online. You can book a reading one-on-one with me on Zoom. I'll leave the link to my website in the description window. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already, and this YouTube channel as well. And I will see you soon on the next full moon. It's a lunar eclipse.